right. We should be live. Live. Delete this one. More actions. Delete forever. Yep. Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. I was messing with vertical. So I'm trying to do vertical and regular. So there's both for. I'll have to play with it another time in another place. But it was vertical and non-vertical. So it's best for both worlds. So when you guys come in, you guys get both. I'll have to play with it another time in another place for that. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Beam, and yeah, primarily live on YouTube. I was gonna do TikTok tonight, but vertical stuff just not working, and you guys mostly watch on YouTube anyway when it comes to these reviews. So, yeah, if you're new, sorry, there were some technical difficulties on my end, so don't worry about it. Hey, what's that was last night. So let's do this whole clear all. Perfect. Okay. All right. So we got a lot to talk about, and I don't want to waste Smooth's time, so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get right into it tonight. If you guys haven't been following in the news, we're gonna let you know about a lot of things. We're gonna talk about Raw. We're gonna talk about the fallout that happened with WrestleMania. We're gonna talk about some
Yes.
WWE news. We're gonna get into some sporting news, and then there's a lot of things we're gonna talk about. So, what's up, Smooth? How you doing tonight?
Uh, I mean, after a WrestleMania weekend that really didn't give us at least what we expected, but guess what? We all told you all about TKO and the direction that they were going with WWE. That they gave you a WrestleMania that was very bland, and it just followed into tonight's Raw, and we're definitely going to talk about definitely going to talk about that and other things. So let's rock.
Well, I'll say tonight. I'll say this about Monday Night Raw. Before there was reports coming out about Mark Shapiro, COO of TKO, he's running the show, so it's not
That's
Triple
right.
H anymore. So he has the final call in creative decisions. So anything you got from night one, that's straight up TKO, and that's why they're getting booed out the building. TKO basically they had Artie Emanuel and they had Mark Shapiro on one of the shows yesterday or this morning, and they were
This
running it
morning.
down how they do shows now. So they do the final call, they do the stuff. So at the end of the day, when it comes down to it all, TKO gets the final say, not Triple H, not anybody on Triple H's team. So keep that in mind if you are expecting Triple H to be the one that runs the show. He's not running the show. That was article
No,
wise. That was written all day. I even sent it. I even took a picture off my screen showing Smooth, the co-host here. Like, damn, all right. And everything we said was true then. So we were vindicated this morning because I saw this
that's
early
right.
this morning hours. I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense why night one was the way it was and why night two was the way it was. So TKO basically made the decisions for night one, and then the other part was Triple H's part, basically.
Yeah.
So fall in line, basically, which we're doing. And by the way, I'm gonna say I'm just gonna take the gloves off here and rip the band-aid off. To all these fucking
Sure.
creators out there that are sitting here and acting like it's a net, like we need to call it TKO running the show is not a good idea. You're seeing it in live time. It's not good at all. It's actually garbage. Let's just go there. It's pretty much trash. Your byproduct's becoming trash. And another thing I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you guys that the like ticket sales and whatnot are just gonna be out the roof going forward. Expect the ticket prices to go up and more advertisements in your face. Get ready for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just get ready for it. More and more and more of it because basically from my understanding and from what I read and what I saw on that podcast, they don't give a damn about you or I. They don't care. They don't give a
No.
shit.
No,
Marty Emanuel wants to make as much money as he can, and Mark Shapiro said, "Get ready for the future of WWE television. Get ready for it. They're not giving a
it's like
shit."
what they it's
But
like what they told us. Just sit down and enjoy the product. Oh no, shut your mouth, sit down and enjoy the product.
basically, that's what's going on in live time. It's kind of disappointing. It's really disappointing right now. What's going on with TKO altogether? It's like the WWE product is a shell of itself, and then I guess from my understanding, there was talks within TKO bringing back Vince McMahon to be their guy that writes the show. That was the other thing that they were talking about. They said that those
Yep.
were rumors and speculate. That was internal in discussions, and they said they didn't go through with it because they felt it would be too. They felt that it would be too soon or too much backlash. There was internal discussions. They were talking about this. And to me, if you bring back Vince McMahon at this point, and this is me being honest with the reports and everything that I was reading and seeing, that would be a colossal. I would say that would be it. That would be the you might just roll up the red carpet for AEW at that point. You might just give it to AEW at that point because Vince McMahon comes back. You guys don't remember this, but I'll tell you, Vince McMahon like long ass pay per views, the same boring everything, same everything was boring, same
Yeah.
everything boring, same regurgitated matches, Roman Reigns being pushed all over the place. So I'm just telling you guys, like, this is what TKO, if they go this way, and I hope they don't. I really hope they don't. I really hope they don't. You know what I mean? I really don't.
Mm.
But what do you make of the news? What do you make of TKO right now and in their business decisions?
Well, you have to understand it from the simple fact of how they did their inner workings with UFC and Zuffa Boxing before WWE was purchased by them. Then when they got purchased, you started to see their imprints, even though they got some of their guys, a few of their guys who happen to be former WWE superstars, one of them being The Rock. So basically, it's just something that I saw coming. We talked about. We got vindicated by the article Monday morning about who's running the show, and basically be prepared to see WWE television to just not just go down, but give you this bland product that you're not going to have any say of. You're just going to have to sit down, shut up, and enjoy the product.
Well,
And that's what's going.
I'm gonna tell you this one. So to interrupt you on that one, I just really think that it can't get any worse. The product right now, the product's probably at the lowest it's gonna be right now at the moment. I don't think it's gonna get any worse. It can't get any worse from here.
Oh,
You know what I
you don't
mean?
know about them. Ooh, them.
You
It
think
could get worse.
you think you ultimately like how much worse can it get? More ads on television, more ads on the ring, more ads over here, billboards. You
That was
think they're gonna go that way?
they gave you a taste of it during WrestleMania. So when they saw it worked for them, oh, they're going to continue it, and everybody's going to go
Good luck
walk.
with that one because ESPN's not happy with it. ESPN, Disney was not happy with. So reports did also come out that Disney was truly not happy with the them being told to push ads left and right on their platform.
Yeah, well, sh- who who would be happy doing that from someone else? Who would be?
Well, TKO's happy with it though.
I mean, yeah,
TKO is really happy with it. You know, if you really want to go there, TKO is really happy and things like that. So
but I'm saying
What
ESPN.
these reports are coming out, these are from reputable sources. Like, keep this in mind. ESPN did state that they weren't happy. Like, they went to somewhere. I think it was SI or one of them, and they literally explained. They literally said they weren't happy with the amount of ads, and they weren't happy with the amount of the runtime. They did not like the runtime of how um WWE was handling their shit.
No,
From my
no,
from me reading, and then from what was going down, like, that's from my understanding of what I interpreted from the articles. And also too, can I just say this? Get the cock out your ass. There's some of these reviewers out there. Get the cock out your ass. Start calling the
get that to
bullshit
cut
for.
your ass.
Stop. Let's just call the bullshit for what it is.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
stupid.
WWE laid an egg on night one. Stop trying. I don't get this with the wrestling community. You can't have your cake. You can't say this is the greatest ever. If this is the greatest show ever, then you got to say night one is great. You cannot sit here and tell me. You have people like JD from New York. You have others sitting here. Oh, I made a lot of money. Oh, I made it off you guys. Like, I don't get that logic. Like,
Mhm.
I don't understand that fucking logic. And then they're the same
Bro,
ones that are sitting here like, one minute they're saying, oh, hey, night one sucks and WWE's the worst, and then night two they're saying something totally else. Which one is it? Like,
yeah, which one is it?
which one is it? Does your show suck or your show don't suck? Like, which one is it? You can't tell me one or the other at the end of the day.
And then their supporters is just glazing them and saying, "Thank you so much for the product. It's so nice." I mean,
I'm just
we
gonna say
really
this, like, I some of these review channels that I was watching, like, it was like, am I watching a post WWE post show, or am I watching your honest opinion on reviews? The IWC YWC was like, not all channels, but the majority of them disingenuous.
Jordan. They were
It
getting
was
paid.
absolute garbage. Not getting paid, they were just garbage. It was like, bro, like, I
Garbage.
get it. I get it. You're a WWE fan. I get it. You want to push because supposedly night two and night one, or one and two nights, get you the most views and the most money. And you know what? Shame on some of you. Shame on some
Hmm.
of you for blasphemy for me. Like, seeing you guys posting up numbers on X and what? Oh, it's my bet. Like, bro, I don't need to see on your channel. I don't need to see your channel analytics when I walk around X. I don't need to know how much you were cropping and what you were making. And
No.
like, and then acting like you're entitled. You're entitled to that. I saw Mr. JD from New York's 2.2K amount of money he was making on super chats and whatnot, and then turning around and shitting on everybody. Oh, look, I'm the best channel alive. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you're the biggest hypocrite
Oh,
I've ever seen in my life, dude.
you make the channel all possible, everybody. Thank you for your support. Yes, WrestleMania was the best. They had the best weekend coverage of of the many WrestleManias that went by. Dude,
Bro,
what the
I'm
fuck
just
are
gonna
you?
say this. Did you not watch the last four WrestleManias? Oh wait, you're the same
This,
guy that said you fell asleep. You
yeah, you
forgot. You've
fell
had
asleep.
amnesia. By the way, this WrestleMania wasn't as good as some other WrestleManias. I'm sorry to tell you this. I'm sorry.
No.
You. This guy sits here and he's hokey pokey. One, and this is not just him. It's the part of the IWC. All these people were sitting here in the YWC say, "Oh, it's the best WrestleMania ever."
Hmm.
You're the same people that said night one was garbage. Now you're saying night two is redeemable. Bro, go back and watch the Shawn Michael WrestleMania. Go back and watch the Brock Lesnar
Brock
and Kurt
Lesnar.
Angle. Come on. Come on. Stop this. Stop the hokey pokey shit. I want to have what you're smoking. I want to have what you're drinking. Lay off the Kool-Aid, lay off the weed, lay off the fairy dust. Stop it. This is why I
And at
tell
the
you
same,
guys we are legitimate here. We tell you like it is. And actually, my favorite WrestleMania, because I went to it, was WrestleMania 2000. You can at me all you want. I love WrestleMania. I was at that, loved it. That was the first of many. It turned into TLC eventually, and I was there for the first TLC in Texas. So at me on that one.
Yep, that was one of the best.
And that
That
had
was
Rock
different.
Hulk Hogan number one, or no, it was Rock Stone Cold number one of the best feuds you could ever get. So, to all these people, bro, you're not wrestling fans to me. You don't understand wrestling. Then, if you're saying this was the best WrestleMania, so then you're telling me that trumps a Cena Rock, that trumps uh, uh, TLC matches that were done. Shane McMahon, actually, in fact, Shane McMahon and actual Undertaker was pretty fucking sweet.
Yes.
WrestleManias ago, AJ Styles and Shane McMahon. Come on, you guys are full of shit, and be legitimate. This illegitimate shit going back and forth. Go fuck yourself. The IWC, YWC, on some other shit. And I saw a lot of channels. You're on some other fucking shit. That's coming from
Yeah.
me.
Oh, and
That
by the way,
Go ahead.
that has to include Dave LaGreca and Jonathan Coachman
Shame on
doing
both of
their.
those people too. Like, I go for reputable news from those people. And shame on Busted Open, bro. That was another one that was like, it's very apparent that you have the dick in your mouth. Stop it. Stop having that
And,
WWE
al-
dick in your mouth.
and also the Coach and Bro show today. Ay, ay, ay. I didn't even listen
That's
to it.
another show.
But
Like, bro, you were just sitting here glazing Tony Khan, and now all of a sudden you're glazing the shit out of Triple H. They won't talk about night one. Oh, hell no. They got to talk about night two. We won't talk. We need to sweep night one under the goddamn rug. Fuck everything. Fuck all you know. Let's just sweep that
yeah,
shit. Let's make it not rememberable. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, these channels, like, bro, if you're going to talk about WrestleMania being the best ever, then you need to count night one. That is so disingenuous to me. Night one was a travesty, and night one was Mark Shapiro Festival. Let's just keep it real here on this channel, and
that's what he was.
don't come and I had to hear some of these channels say, "Oh, because Brock Lesnar retired, it's the greatest thing on earth." You know why Brock Lesnar retired, right? You know why he retired. He was forced to retire. He didn't
He
want to
was
retire.
forced. He was forced. Yep.
The guy is going to be probably in UFC coming soon, or he'll probably be in um AEW. But
Shit.
I don't know. What
Do
do you think? Because you've been very animate. I know you're very relaxed, but you've been very animate.
I know. I know. For me, yeah.
You've been very
I
animate on the back end with me saying like, what the hell are the like you've been texting me going like, bro, what are we doing on a Monday?
yeah. No, for me, I just been very, like I said, I've been very adamant on the back end, and I'm gonna be very adamant with you guys.
Well, you said you were
What the fuck are we?
disappointed. You said you were
What
very
the? fu-
disappointed.
What the fuck are we doing on a Monday Night Raw after Mania, pushing these matches that are better than WrestleMania matches? What? Wow.
Well,
Somebody must have.
you were telling me earlier. So this is what you were saying to me earlier in text messages or when we've
Hmm.
had a chance to talk off the back, and you said you were very disappointed in the IWC YWC in the
Oh
current
yeah,
state of people pushing night two and then not even talking about night one. You were kind of like with
yeah,
me going,
yeah,
this shit's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Listen, listen. Let me go on a little tangent. What the fuck are y'all smoking? What are you drinking? Did you not see night one being such absolute? I don't even want to say trash. It was just like throw that shit in the garbage. But I understand that. Okay, you got your content to do for night one. Yeah, you tried to sweeten up the pot about it, but you couldn't. Then night two comes around. Oh, it was so good. Yeah, because they gave Triple H enough rope to do it. That's what happened. Now they're taking the full rope back from Triple H, and what you're gonna see is WWE television is just gonna get a little bit worse than what it is. Fans turning away, and everybody's going to other wrestling promotions to check it out to check out those products. So for you guys in the IWC, YWC, you all better just get the fucking dick out your mouths, man. What? You gotta be sucking up to everybody. You gotta be sucking every dick of the big mockers out here. talking about, oh, WrestleMania was so awesome. Man, shut the fuck up. What the hell was you watching?
Here's another
I
thing I
guess
don't
you
under
wasn't.
I don't I
I,
here's another thing I don't
hold on.
understand, right? Here's another
Yeah,
thing
let
I
me
don't
go.
under Go ahead,
Let me
sorry.
go. Let me go for a little bit. I was like, what the fuck are y'all watching? What the fuck were you watching? Were you not watching the same thing? Dudes, dudes and dudettes. Everybody was not watching WrestleMania on the big screen TV. They were watching NBA and NHL Stanley Cup playoffs on the big screen, more so than WrestleMania. So drink that in, okay? And to you, JD and JD from NY206, nobody cares about your numbers. Nobody needs to see that. What they need to see is truthful, honest, and transparent wrestling content. Period.
Here's the
End
other
of
thing.
discussion.
Here's the other thing I was going to tell you, and I'll let you continue some more because I know you got more to say.
Mhm.
Why is
Come
it
on.
that have you not noticed around the IWC, YWC, everybody's starting to try to copy my status? You notice this? I know some of you
Yes.
motherfuckers watch my channel. I know some of the big
Yes.
names
I
do
know.
because I'm in your servers and I know this. You're copying my status. You're all trying to copy my mic status too. I see some of you now trying to use the FinFine mic and trying to make it all sexy like me. Or this one. I noticed this from the IWC, YWC. I see some of these channels doing this. Guys, you don't think I don't watch the IWC, YWC. You don't think I don't watch Liddy Wrestling, right? This is another. I'm gonna be on one for a
Oh,
while. This show's gonna be
go ahead.
great because this one's gonna be a good one. And I know we don't have very many people. Well, we don't have very people here because everybody's probably bed. But you guys will watch the replay. But I will tell you guys this straight up, like, bro, I'm sick and tired of the fake news. I'm sick and tired of it. And then now the rumor and speculation is Bailey's out of the company. They wrote her off and blah 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 blah. She's still got 7 months left in the company, homies. Like, stop
The
this.
homies, please.
We're already starting this to where, oh, she's leaving the company and she may go to AEW. And I'm like, bro, guys, stop. Stop talking. Please
So,
just stop. Shut your mouth. Just
this,
like seriously, know your role, shut your mouth. That's how I feel about it.
of course, for me, when I saw that, they say, oh, they're writing her off. Writing her off? What? She's got 7 months on her contract. You don't write her off. Okay, if she's gonna do matches, have her put people over, and then she'll just move on from there. But did you not also see her being legit furious after the tag team match?
Yeah, she was legitimate upset. She was pulling somebody to the side if you didn't stay. Well, let's talk about this at WrestleMania. They were showing Camry. There was one thing that I really pissed me off. Why the fuck? Okay, Michael Cole and all this. Why are we giving fans airtime, especially celebrities? Why are we giving them airtime now to be on fucking TV? I don't want to see that shit. I'm sorry, TKO, but I don't want to see that shit. That's turning me off as a fan. And like I feel so bad for Michael Cole because we're not getting the best of Michael Cole. He's being watered down in live time. Corey
Of
Graves
course.
outdid him at WrestleMania. I'm gonna tell you
Yes, he
guys this
did.
straight up. He outdid him, and that's a shocking thing for me to say.
Yes, he did. And then tonight he did more celebrities. Well, they they mentioned Royce Keys to the crowd, and he got up and acknowledged the crowd. Then here comes Tyrese Halliburton with his father, and then here comes Fabulous Mano, Dave East, and Jim Jones with their podcast. I mean, I get it. You're on Netflix. You got to promote their products as well. You got to promote the celebrities that are on the whole Netflix universe network. But damn, every single time.
And
What about the wrestling?
they were also shoving down your throat, which also really freaking irritated me, is the whole Hulk Hogan thing. Like I
Oh,
get he's a
Hogan. Yeah,
legend. Like they're
Hogan.
shoving his documentary down your throat, and this other comedian guy throughout WrestleMania. I don't not WrestleMania Raw. I don't give a shit, bro.
Yeah,
Get to
Tony
wrestling.
Hinchcliffe.
Like just get to the wrestling. I don't like,
Yeah.
look, get to the wrestling. Let's get new feuds started. This is what you need to be doing. They didn't do this tonight. What they did
No.
was, what they did was tonight, what I noticed is CM Punk came out and he's like, oh, well, I need an anticipation trophy. And I'm like, the fuck? Bro, you
That's
lost.
what he
Say
said.
you lost. I don't need to hear about
That's
how
what
many
he
people
said.
died in your life. I want to hear that you lost and say, hey, look, I lost. I don't need to hear you go cry baby shit. And then and then Cody comes out. And Cody's going, well, gee Willikers, well, you could be next in line. We're just going to do this. You could be next in line for my title. And I'm like,
Just
I'm
say
like,
when.
just
Just say
say
when
when. And
first.
I'm like, well, what?
Yeah.
And
Because
then Cody going,
oh,
and I'm like, bro, like, then like, I feel like a loser. You're a champion and you're telling me that then that title is literally, okay, I'm going to be real with you. Then that title is garbage. You just admitted that title is just garbage. You just told me right
damn.
off the rip that title's just trash. That's your A title. Did you not hear him
It's
say, "Oh, by the way, I feel like a failure. I feel like a loser." And I'm like, "You beat Randy Orton. You beat the top talent, a legend, first ballot Hall of Famer. You're calling yourself a loser?"
because he got punted in the head.
I'm like,
He's he got days from the punt. But you know what? Listen, yeah, I was just
that's
disappointed.
that new. No, I'm sorry, but that's that new generation shit, bro. That's that Gen Z
I'm
fucking.
just disappointed.
I'm just
I,
glorified. Like, bro, you should be coming out and saying, "Look, I won. I beat the Legend Killer. I beat the dude. I'm the man. I'm on top of
he
the
can't,
world."
but you know he can't do that because his head is scrambled from the punt.
It's not. He said scrambled from the punt. It's more of the bro. Like, who's writing for you? I want to know who's writing for you. Who, if this is Mark Shapiro writing, he should just give up his day job because that shit's horrible. Like, bro, I'm like watching. It's like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say this, Cody, and I know I'm gonna be an asshole for this one. You sound like Forrest Gump. I ain't gonna lie to you. You come off like Forrest Gump when you talk. And I'm sorry to say this now. Whoever's writing you is like writing for Forrest Gump the movie. You Major Lieutenant Dan. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
life's a box of chocolates, bro.
chocolate. Life is about the chocolates.
I'm like, I'm not calling him. I'm not calling him that choice word, but I'm just saying, whoever wrote for him is like writing like we're writing for Forrest Gump, or better
Yeah,
yet, we're writing for a Disney film, and he's literally like, it's a Disney film. It was like I was watching, what was that movie with Michael Orr based around his life? I felt like I was watching The Blind Side.
the
And
blind
he's
side.
like,
Yes,
I'm a loser. Bro, you want your champion to talk like that? I'm a
you
loser.
won.
I'm a
I almost
failure.
when I saw that for the opening segment, I almost said, "Uh, who is who's who's putting that battery behind Cody Rhodes' back
You know,
to
somebody in
say
my
that shit?"
house doesn't watch wrestling, literally said, who's writing for him? He has the
Yeah,
belt,
who's
right?
writing for him?
He's champion, right? Why is he
He's
talking about
QB
he's a
one.
failure and he's a loser? Somebody in my house literally said, who's writing for this guy? Because it's god awful.
It
God
is.
awful. Get it out of here.
It
Like,
is.
you should take the belt off
It
of him.
is.
And I'm sorry that I'm
It
going
is.
on one with this segment, but my God, bro, I sat here and I just went, I'm back to watching the Nick game. Hold on. Hold on.
Me
Oh,
too.
this game's really close. I can't
Yep.
listen to another word, Cody. And then you got Punk. Oh, the title's just gonna fall from the motherfucking sky. Things are just gonna happen. Bro,
Gee Willikers.
bro, you
Let the
bro,
title fall from the sky, man, because I deserve it.
Bro, I was waiting for Roman Reigns to come out. This is where Roman Reigns should have just came out and goes, bro, I beat you. Get out of my ring.
Bro, man.
Get out of my
Yeah.
ring. Kiss my
But they
boots. Get out
can't
of the ring. Bro, your time is coming
But
past. You are exhausted. I beat you fair and square.
he's,
Get out of my
and then he
ring.
said, and then he said his age. Oh, I'm 46 years old. Damn.
Roman Reigns should have walked on onto the ring and said to him, "Get out of my fucking ring. Just get into the ring and say, look, get out of my ring. Don't even grace Monday Night Raw. Go over to SmackDown. You guys want to have a bromance? Go over there and do it. Don't do it on my show. This is the OTC time." See, that's what I wanted Roman to do. I get the safe space thing, but Roman Reigns could have came out and been a dickhead and literally admit it. Go, get out of my ring, dude. Just stop
Shut up.
talking. Get out of my ring. Shut up. Get out of my ring.
But you know, but you know they're not gonna do that. It's
And then
safe
he would, and then he would,
spaces.
then get this. Then he should have, what he should have done with Cody is said, Cody, isn't SmackDown your place to be? This is my show. Get stepping and have the Uso
He should have.
and then he should have the Usos right there. He said, my cousins will handle you. Get out my ring. Go over to SmackDown. Go be about it. And then what Roman should have done, say, all you little motherfuckers that are here from SmackDown, go get. This is my yard. Get. Should have started using the my yard thing. This is my yard. I'm the big dog. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for him to go. I was waiting for him. I tried to tell all of you I was gonna win. While I was on podcast saying I'm the one that runs the place. I'm the one that gets to call the shots, not Punk. I was waiting for it. And then, when they got to that point, they had Jacob Fatu come in, and I was like, you know what? I'm all for this. Jacob Fatu came in and saved the
Yes.
day, yay. And when he cut that promo going, no gas, no brakes, what the fuck are you doing? I want that. I want to eat. And I'm like, bro, this is different. This is getting
He
good.
said, he said all gas, no brakes. Yada me. Damn right. Yada me for real, bro.
And then he turned around when Roman said, well, you can be at my table. You can eat hardcore off my table. And he goes, no, I don't want your table. I want my own table.
I
I
want
don't
my
want your
table back.
table.
My
I
own.
want my table for my kids, my family. I want to level up. I don't give a shit about your table. And when he started saying that kind of shit, I was like, damn, this shit just got real. This shit just got
And
real.
remember we discussed this about Jacob Fatu when he wins that match. Where should he go? And then we discussed, okay, he should go after one of the titles, either the undisputed WWE title or the World Heavyweight title. Well, guess what, folks? We may get Jacob Fatu. We will get Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns for that World Heavyweight title at some point. Man, oh man, they better have them cut promos because Jacob Fatu is ready to eat Roman Reigns alive in the
Well, okay,
promos.
so here was what I thought was going to happen with Jacob Fatu. I didn't think it was going to be
Hmm.
Roman. I thought when they were doing the bro
Because
thing in the ring, I thought Jacob Fatu was
yeah,
going to come in and go, "What the hell are you guys talking about? You're giving him a title shot? The fuck you on about? It's my time. I want to level. Like he should have done that to Cody. I want to level the fuck up. I'm coming for your title. I'm coming for the actual A title, and I'm gonna take you out. When your eye heals, I'm taking you out, and I'm winning that title.
true,
I want to eat.
true.
I'm hungry. Instead of being on Raw and going after fucking Roman, which made no sense to me. I wouldn't pull the trick if I'm TKO that's now booking this shit. I would not have him and Roman until I would honestly
SummerSlam.
say SummerSlam or even go even longer than that. Don't even let them touch each other for a while. I saved that for like a WrestleMania moment. Let Jacob Fatu
Oh,
let Jacob Fatu win the Mania. Let Jacob Fatu win Rumble next year. Have him go into Saudi and beat Roman. Have him have his
yes.
moment. That's what I would do. But if they're going to do it this early, Jacob Fatu's not walking out with that title. Not happening. It's
No,
just not going to happen. No way.
no.
They
Because
picked the
if you're
wrong.
gonna have
They picked the wrong person. Personally, go
the
ahead.
wrong person, which is Roman, right? Or
Right.
Jacob.
What
You
was that?
you feel as though no, you said they picked the wrong person and
They picked the wrong person. Personally, for me, Jacob went after the wrong person. I don't think it should be Roman. I think this is
oh
way too early for this kind of stuff.
no, it's too early. It's too early. That's gotta someone that's gotta have us that's gotta have a storyline with the Samoan bloodline taking place and all and everything else in between.
Well,
Because
here's
you're
here
telling
here's
us,
my here's my whole thing. Here's my whole thing on this,
uh,
right? Roman Reigns is pretty much doing the same thing that he did for the 4 years that he had the belt. There is nothing new that he's
Yes.
doing. It's cookie cutter,
No.
same shit. He says that this is going to be different. He said on podcast, when I win the belt, this is going to be different. I'm going to rule the yard. You're cutting the same promos you did with your cousins. Next thing I'm waiting for is another 4 years of Roman Reigns with that title. And I do not want to see that again. We've been here, done that. And what
Been
is
here,
Roman
done
Reigns?
that.
What is Roman Reigns gonna do? Oh wait, we're gonna wait 4 months for Roman Reigns to show up on his time. That's what we're doing. Get ready for it, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
what it is.
He's gonna
He's
stifle
he,
your main card. Get ready for it.
he wants he wants to do like a Brock Lesnar. Dude, you ain't Brock Lesnar. So don't even go there. He
And
wants to be on
I
this
don't
part
think Brock
time.
Lesnar is fully done with wrestling at this point. I really don't see that. I'm not buying it. I think he was forced out of WWE, and it's a shame.
Yeah. Well,
I'm a little bit not too happy with WWE, as you guys can hear me. I'm not very happy with them, and I'm not very okay with them doing what they're doing. And
as
another one is I feel personally with Suruko. Let's go there. I feel like they're thrusting her way too soon into that. Like, can we have a moment of like a breath? WWE, can we have a breath? Because if you put Suruko there, right? And Zarya, right? You're pushing both of these guys, and then Zarya is probably going to go over. To me, why would you have Suruko right now in the current state and have her just lose? That's what you're doing. And guess what you're doing? You're doing another Tiffany Stratton already in the works. I'm calling it for what it is. I love her.
uh,
I love Suruko, but you're
hmm
building her like Tiffany Stratton because Tiffany Stratton came on. They put the jetpack on her, and then it just tapered off.
they
Tiffany
tape it
Stratton
off.
lost her first match. Tiffany Stratton lost right up front for the first with the title. Remember that? Then they
Yes.
tried to correct it and thought we were stupid, and they gave her the title. Sorry, I'm
They better
talking
not.
about.
They
I've
can't.
been talking a bunch. Go ahead, buddy. I've been talking a bunch
They
because I've been
better
on
not.
fire.
For me, they better not be doing that with Sol Ruka because she deserves better than that. And you can't let her go out there, face the women's world champion, and lose. Because your all other call ups from NXT got wins. I mean, all ego Ethan Page, Obafemi, Trick Williams, even with a Jordan Grace, even with a Jordan Grace, and how sometimes we don't like what they're doing with Jordan Grace, but at least she got a win.
Right.
But then,
Well,
and also
Jordan Grace
Javon.
lost. Actually, well, Jordan Grace lost on SmackDown. She's not going for any titles.
No, I'm talking about her debut match on SmackDown. She had won.
I just wouldn't have Suruko going against Liv Morgan right off the rip. I'd have her.
No.
I would have her build herself up because
Yes.
my feeling is you're gonna have Suruko on Raw, probably having a title match
Raw.
like a Maxine Dupree. This is what they did with Maxine Dupree. Guys, when Maxine Dupree was getting like when they were trying to push her, they had her up in front hardcore and she wasn't ready for the moment. And I said this to people, and people were like, well, you don't understand wrestling. You just don't get it. And I'm like, no, I do get it. They should never had her up front and personal with the crowds and the Alpha Academy. They should have had her on NXT. When they were building her, they should have lowered her down and had her build her
Yes.
craft in NXT, had her win a belt in NXT, had her get better. And then people, well, it's a demotion. I'm like, sometimes you have to do that because take a look what they
Yes.
did with um what's his name? They did this with somebody else. Who was it that
Baron
they did?
Corbin.
Baron Corbin, yeah. And then Baron Corbin was just wow. Unfortunately, I get shit for Baron Corbin all the time. Joseph Dyer now, or uh,
Bishop Dyer.
Bishop Dyer now, that's over in MLW, that's killing it. That I told all of you that don't sleep on this man because he's a good worker. Yeah, don't y'all look stupid now for saying to me.
ML.
And I don't know what a
He's with
motherfucker talking about.
he's with MLW with Dominic Dijak.
That's another
That's
guy
another
that
one.
NXT dropped. That Shawn Michaels and even Triple H dropped the ball with. Personally, that's another
Hmm.
one that they really, really just dropped the ball with. That they didn't really give a shit about. You know, personal opinion. You know, they dropped the ball with Dijak and stuff like that.
Yeah, and
Well,
also
it's
too
gonna
with
be it's gonna be very interesting this year because you're gonna have a lot of talent being released. I am gonna make a wild prediction. So you guys ready for this? If Bailey's being pulled off shows, she's being released. Guarantee it.
wow,
I have a thinking. I'm making this wild prediction because Black release day or Black. It's like
whatever
the
day.
NFL Black Wednesday or something like that. I feel that they're gonna release a whole bunch of wrestlers, and I think Bailey's gonna be part of that. I do. What do they have for Bailey anymore?
Nah,
You saw
that's
that at
it.
Mania.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's it. I mean, for everything Bailey has done in WWE, yep, that's it. It's time to move on. And
And I'm already telling you this one here too, ladies and gentlemen. I can already tell you this: they're running back Io Sky and Rhea Ripley for the tag team belts. Already in the works. I can already tell you this
yep. Oh
just by the
yes.
way they're booking it.
Oh
So
yes.
you can't tell now. You can't tell me that WWE doesn't. They build up talent. No, they regurgitate the same shit. They're gonna give the tag. Well, they just put it on Page. They don't have faith in Page. They brought Paige in as a deviation. Did you not realize? Paige, they didn't. They
True.
weren't signing her to begin with. They signed her because she's a deviation. Because Nikki Mode is out for a while. She did
Yeah.
announce that she had surgery and she's walking in a walking boot. She's not going to be around for a while. They said a good 4 months with her. So
Oh, 4 months. Okay.
about a three. It's about a 2 to 3 month recovery for her ankle injury. So she's in a
Okay.
walking boot. So I don't know. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I just don't know at this point, man. I've kind of just lost a lot of faith with WWE on the idea of where are we going. Roman Reigns just I don't know. I just felt like my intelligence was insulted with Roman Reigns. I
But
don't
we
know.
said that's about Roman Reigns.
I'll let you
I
talk for a
said
little
this
bit. I've
about.
been talking this whole time because I've just been like
I know.
I'm on fire with this whole being
Me
frustrated with
too.
WWE. Like
No,
annoyed. I'm more of annoyed
I was
than anything.
I was disappointed with Raw tonight because it was the same thing over and over again with what you do in night one of WrestleMania. Just
Yes, it
the fact
was.
that okay, it was a different show, and then the Roman Reigns factor. Ladies and gentlemen, I called it that Roman Reigns was going to get eaten alive in the promos by CM Punk. Then it just continues on to getting eaten alive by his own cousin, Jacob Fatu. Roman Reigns is not a good promo guy. He has shown you all that throughout the years.
He
Yes,
can't
he can
adapt.
go in he can go in the ring, but he's not a good promo guy. And even if he adapts, he's still going to call the shot to say, "Well, I don't want to do it this way because I feel much comfortable doing it this way." Dude, you're getting eaten so alive on the mic. It's not even fun. It's not even funny anymore. We just look at you and shake your head because what? You're the world champ. You're the world heavyweight champion. OTC. Congratulations. But now we're gonna have to acknowledge you and your bad promo skills
Okay, you ready for a
every
laugh from
single
me?
time.
You ready for a
Every
laugh?
single time that you, every single time that you hit the fucking rig. Oh
You ready
yeah,
for a
yeah.
laugh from me? I'm gonna do this shitty comparison. Um, I'm gonna say this. Roman Reigns is pretty much the Brawny James of promos. You're
Well,
welcome. You're welcome.
there you go. Well,
He's
okay.
Brawny James. Brawny James, all hype, just no gas, man.
Oof.
So far in his NBA
Well,
career. Maybe it gets
hey,
better for
listen.
me as a Lakers fan, but I have no hope on that one. But like Roman, the problem is Roman said he. Well, the problem is with Roman is he keeps going back to the same well, thinking that he's gonna get views from it. Right? He thinks cheap heat. And the problem is with it is you're not making it this title. You're making your title reign the same as you did with the first 4 years of the Bloodline. You haven't done anything to make it different. And then people are going to say to me, oh, well, this is just our one day one. No, it's not. It's the same fucking promo work he did before. Oh, his cousins come out. Ooh, if you talk about my cousin Roman, oh, we're gonna
Yeah,
fuck you up. All they need is Sami Zayn. All they need is Sami Zayn going, we're a little too oozy for you. Can't wait. I'm waiting for Sami Zayn, and then Sami Zayn, watch. Mark my words, he's gonna join this little bloodline 2.0, 3.0, whatever. And he's gonna be heel. Watch. Just watch. Mark my words, watch. No, watch. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Wait for it. Watch.
no,
Because they gotta put Sami Zayn in somewhere.
of course. I gotta
Now,
say,
the key
if it-
takeaways, I will say positivity wise, I will give it to Liv Morgan tonight. She did come out better with her music. And I did like the fact that she told Suruko to get out of my ring. Like,
yes,
who
she
are you
did.
talking to? Get out of my ring. Like,
Yes, she did.
that's what the reason I'm so annoyed is because this is supposed to be the time that you build up stars. This is the time that you're gonna get a good look at the future. And this is the good, like, this should be like we're building storylines for the future. This should set you up for the next 4 months of what you're gonna get from WWE leading into their second biggest show, SummerSlam. You ain't getting that here. And to me, with all the money they're asking from the fans, I just feel like I'm being insulted to be a fan. And like I love reviewing these shows, but I'm coming to a point if WWE continues to do this with their byproduct, I don't know how much longer I could sit here and tolerate it for my own
No, you,
taste.
you can't. It
And
gets it gets
I
very
stopped watching WWE a long time ago. I really did stop watching WWE. I did for like a good 4 years when Vince McMahon was doing that awful Blandy shit where 8-man tags, 10-man tags were a thing. I stopped watching. I couldn't take it anymore. Like I was watching Monday Night Football, enjoying that more than I was an actual WWE event. I don't know, Smith. What did you feel? How did honestly? I know you were texting me a little bit, and you were kind of like frustrated on some of the buildups after the fact. You felt there should
yeah, I
have been
was.
more. You
Yeah,
felt you were telling me like, what is WWE doing? There should be more here. They should be putting more on my plate.
yeah, it should be because you wanna do now you wanna cover now you wanna do better after WrestleMania when the fans were asking for you to do better. I mean, you should have done better with the product, and and we all know that you couldn't do better with the tickets neither because fans inside the stadium were filming that. We're filming all the empty seats that were in there during WrestleMania. But you know, WrestleMania, your seats are filled. Well, guess what, TKO? This is on you. So you're gonna now fuck up WrestleMania, and here we go on Monday Night Raw. So I was just disappointed in Raw tonight.
So
Even
Rocco
though the
says
NXT,
Rocco basically says the same thing we're basically saying with the storylines. Yeah, I agree with you, dude. Like there's no excuse for it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I absolutely absurd. Like there is just no excuse to what WWE is doing. There's just no excuse for it. That you should be building for the future. You're not building for the future. What you are building is you're building Roman Reigns to do the same thing that he did before. And
of course,
it should be different. You would think they would do something different, uniquely different. They're not doing anything different. They're insulting your intelligence for who you are. And then they want their excuses. Oh, well, fans just don't get it. Well, we do get it. We're not stupid. And this is where what was his name? Awani. This is what he said. The hardcore fans are checking
mhm,
out by the day. And the reason why they are is because they're building their shows to be for casuals. They're not building it for the fans that have been there for 25 years or 30 years. It's not
mhm.
happening. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They care about the casual fan, the one that clicks on TikTok and Gen Zer that doesn't give a shit. That's okay. Everything is cinema, guys. Everything is cinema. You don't get it. Roman's
You
my
don't get
daddy,
it.
and he's great.
Roman gets to get it, and then so Rocco says here, just do Oba win King of the Ring, then King Oba versus Roman at SummerSlam, and still get Brock and still do Brock versus Gunther. Simple. Uh, okay. We're gonna start off with the first
I'll
part
let you take this
with
one.
Oba. Okay. I'll start off with the first part with Oba winning King of the Ring. Yes. Keep on building him. Let him get wins and also wins in the King of the Ring tournament. Let him get King of the Ring. Then I would do, yes, Oba versus Roman at SummerSlam. Mm, yes, because at least you'll do a build up. You gave him a King of the Ring, which he would deserve at the time, and afterwards, yeah, you have something to build upon. And then you said here, still, and they can still do Brock versus Gunther. Simple. No, not happening. Not after the move they pulled off by forcing Brock to retire, and that puts a bad taste in his mouth to even do that against Gunther, and then Gunther goes over. So that's basically what they're gonna give to you. Should Brock had decided to continue on, yeah, he would get wins, and then after that, in SummerSlam in Minneapolis this year, you would have Gunther versus Brock. Okay, he would have choked him out. So, but question is, how many times are you gonna have him face these legends or i- retired WWE
Well,
superstars?
here I'll
And
interrupt. I'll interrupt you real quick on this one. So, for instance, you were gonna have Brock Lesnar versus Uma at SummerSlam, right? And Brock wanted that in his hometown. He didn't get it, so they deviated and they told him, "Here, we're paying your contract. You're just gonna finish the job." That's what they did with them. That's what the reports are saying. They were in a meeting and they told him, "This is what we're going for." And by the way, it wasn't a Triple H decision. It was a Mark Shapiro decision. You're finding out that TKO had decisions made. Now, where does Brock Lesnar go? Who knows? Brock Lesnar could literally say fuck it and go to another company. A couple years ago, if you guys remember, TK was really high up on bringing Brock Lesnar in. He wanted to pay Brock Lesnar fuck you money and or fuck whatever you want. Just write whatever on a check and I'll give it to you. Does Brock Lesnar want to continue his career? That's going to be the million. Like, it's fascinating because we're getting close to release season, right? Black Wednesday when it comes to WWE and Black Thursday, right? If you want to go there with NXT releases, I already made a prediction. Bailey's getting released. There's no doubt about that. If and where.
yes,
Now, what are they going to do with Bailey? Does Bailey stay on a 30-day non-compete clause, 90-day? I don't even think they could do non-compete clauses anymore in the states, but who knows?
not
Bailey's
because
AEW bound, however you want to slice and dice that. I don't think, I think Bailey's very frustrated because they do show camera angles of her being frustrated. WWE did
yeah,
not do a good job at Mania showing off, like hiding things.
they
And,
literally had her. They literally showed her being visibly frustrated.
yeah, she
That
was
wasn't even
frustrated.
that wasn't even kayfabe anger. That was real. That was some real anger.
And you can't have like, to me, Gunther is probably going to be the face that runs the Vision at this point. I think that's what they're going to go for, and Braun will probably be your second leader of that faction. I think that's the way they're going to go with it. Um, you know what I mean? So I just don't see where they do it Gunther, because Gunther, I don't know, like Gunther to me is like he's the Legend Killer 2.0 now. He's had his time to beat a bunch of legends. He beat John Cena, Goldberg, AJ Styles.
Yeah. Yep.
He didn't need Brock Lesnar. Omafemi needed Brock Lesnar to be
Yeah. Well.
to be called the new next best thing.
Yeah. The new the new rule now.
Yeah.
The new
And
rule
they did
now.
the
And
right thing bringing in Uma the way they did tonight. They did the right move. They just went mic drop. That was it. He didn't need to say much. He doesn't need to
nope.
say much. And he's basically pointing out what he wants. He wants the world heavyweight title from Roman. My problem is with that is Cody has nobody else to fight against. What are you gonna you're gonna give him old man CM Punk? I honestly think, and I may be wrong, and this is how I feel about it, they're gonna give CM Punk that title. Weirdly enough. I think they're gonna give CM Punk the undisputed. I think they're going
Yes.
to. I really do.
Yeah.
Because Cody they need to take the belt off of Cody. Now, Punk people are gonna say to me right here, right now, you're crazy. No, they're just setting it up in live time. This is how they're gonna do it. But Punk's gonna be a heel. Watch how they're gonna make Punk turn heel.
Of course.
They're
And
gonna
the simple fact is, Cody needs Cody needs to just go away from the pro wrestling side of things for a little bit. Work on some things.
well, he's getting hurt. That's the problem here. He's now taking devastating injuries. Like he's gonna have to supposedly the before I was reading online, I think it was PWI or one of them, PW Torch or one of them was writing that he may need orbital socket surgery.
With Cody.
Cody Rhodes, yeah, that's what they were saying. Like he needs some type of socket surgery that's gonna pull him out of action for a while. So what they could possibly do is have him lose
Yes.
to a CM Punk. But the promo was weird tonight. I really thought that it was weird. I thought CM Punk would have maybe did a GTS to him or something. But I get they're protecting the eye. They have to protect the eye because Cody may need surgery. So what I'm assuming what they're going to do two things: either he's going to drop the belt on a SmackDown, they're going to force him to drop the belt, or he will just lose to somebody clean, which is going to probably be CM Punk.
Yes.
Because I think WWE did not want Roman winning, but TKO wanted Roman winning. I think that's what they wanted. And they didn't expect Cody to get hurt because from what I was reading online from the reports that they were freaking out backstage that Cody actually legitimately got hurt. They weren't wanting Cody to get hurt, but he got hurt. And by the way, I guess he got hurt not from what's his name's punt. I guess it was from I guess one of the moves that they were doing I guess got botched from my understanding. It wasn't the punt. The punt got him the bloody side of his head. It was more of the eye socket. It was from a move I think from Pat McAfee or something like that. That's what they were saying in the reports. Something got botched from my understanding in night 1. So, do we want to keep going down the Monday Night Raw train?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, I saw the vision come out and just give this weird segment. So let me get this straight. You let the vision come out and look like fools. This is why I really am disappointed in Monday Night Raw because you can do better. You have you have the talent. You have the superstars ready, willing, and able to do whatever it takes. And you bring that type of shit in here. Well,
well, the one that shook
they're
my
trying.
head the most was Javon Evans. Why would you have Javon Evans take a loss? That made absolutely no sense to me. Like I was rolling my eyes. I get you have to give all ego Ethan Page a win, but you could have gave it to a jobber. You could have done something else. You had literally Javon Evans take a not even do his whole move set, and it was a 9-minute match. Get that, drink that in 9 minutes, and you have him take a loss like that. That's what I was just disappointed with. Like you have Javon, you're pushing Javon Evans to be the future, right? And then you have him take a loss like that. And then you have Ethan Page, like he's going for the Intercontinental title, and I'm like, okay, all right, okay, cool, that's great and all, but like, what about Javon Evans here? But I was a little disappointed with that segment. You're disappointed more of the Roman Reigns and his cousins, right? You're more disappointed on that one, right? Uh, Smooth. I think Smooth fell asleep. I think we lost Smooth. Smooth still here? Smooth fall asleep? I think Smooth fell asleep, ladies and gentlemen. I think he fell asleep. Well, this is gonna be a little bit of a short review then. I don't know if Smooth is up or not. I think he fell asleep. I think he conked out. But Zarya ran in, so this lets you guys know in this non-title match versus Liv Morgan or Liv Morgan the World Championship with Raquel Rodriguez non-title match. Zarya did come on in and interfere in that match, setting up for Tomorrow Revenge. So that's gonna be a good match on NXT. Just keep that in mind. So I think my co-host went to sleep. I think he legitimately knocked out. So we'll go through these matches real quick. We had the Vision segment. Paul Heyman did enter the ring with the tag team champions Logan Paul and Austin Theory. Heyman said in a speech prepared, he was thrown off guard. His favorite thing about WrestleMania was expected to be unexpected. And he said yesterday was a moment of unexpected. Pretty much Brock Lesnar did call the X sign. If you do the X sign in wrestling, usually means somebody's hurt or deviation in plans. I guess Brock Lesnar called his own shot at the end. So, you know. Brock Lesnar's been well known for that, well documented. He's thrown titles at Vince McMahon before, so and has roughed up the gorilla position. So there you go. Finn Balor versus JD Madonna. Finn Balor did defeat JD within 6 minutes. It was kind of a squash match. So now we're going through the carousel of pretty much of the Judgment Day for Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor will destroy the Judgment Day. I think the Judgment Day will break up eventually. I think you'll see Finn Balor have his own group of people. I think that's where you'll see, like, for instance, there's a couple of call-ups they're gonna probably do to fill in spots for Finn Balor there. So sky's the limit, and it looks like they're wanting to push Finn a little bit more. Now with the Demon, they should have done it 2 years ago, but here we are. So next week on Raw, so this is what we got. We got Becky Lynch appears. We got a Joe Henry concert. So I guess Joe Henry is now going to be on Raw. I guess that's what they're putting him as a sideshow act on Raw, which okay. I would rather see Joe Henry on SmackDown going against Trick Williams for that title and have that division be stacked with Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov, and then, you could just rotate those guys as titles and keep, have your pretty much your mid card be your NXT division technically within on SmackDown. So there you go on that one. Let's see here. They did pan out a few times to like we were saying, to Royce Keys. Royce Keys, I don't know what they're doing with him. SmackDown, Raw, they keep floating him between the products. At this point, Royce Keys is another one that honestly is another one that's on should be for the Intercontinental or the US. One of the two sides there. I don't know what they want to do with him, but I just feel personally he would fit better to me on a Raw under the Intercontinental than on a US title side of on SmackDown. And then hear me out on this one, is because more of to me, he just fits that mold more on Raw than he does on SmackDown, just because SmackDown's got a nice thing going on with that US title. Women's side thing, Suruku, like I said before, we both said it, and I kind of been saying it. I don't think they should have thrusted her in there for the World Heavyweight title like that. That's my personal opinion there. The Vision segment, look, like I said, Paul Heyman had to say what he had to say. He pretty much gave an update on Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is not coming back. Pretty much Liv Morgan did beat Suruku in a non-title. There was an interference. That's what happened. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going through the match card here. So pretty much Rollins' music hits, and he was attacked by Breaker from behind with the chair by Paul in theory, and attacked Rollins, but Marquez Ford and Dawkins basically ran in to save the day. EA wiped both of them out. Hence the Vision versus Martez and Angelo coming soon. Dawkins, pretty cool to see them back. And healthy. That's a good thing. So that's going to help that tag team division a little bit, get a little bit better there, in my personal opinion. Medina cuts a promo again. Both Finn Balor. It was okay. JD did lose. Basically, they were playing off their history of and stuff like that. So, and then LA Knight intercepts. Knight informs Gunther that he wasn't the only one eyeing the world title. Unlike Gunther, Knight does not need to help to win at WrestleMania. Knight left Gunther, did not approach this, and did not discuss it. And then there was another segment with Jackie Regman interviewing Gunther, and basically back and forth, and then LA Knight interrupts that, and that's that. You didn't really hear from Becky Lynch. You didn't really get very much out of this. You just technically got Roman on the show, basically saying the same shit he's already said, and then you had Punk being very weird. So that was your show. That was honestly your show for a go home show. Or sorry, for a new era after WrestleMania. That's what you got. And if this is what TKO is going to start putting out, like these just different trash events and different trash things, then, like, people are just going to tune off, man. Their viewer, I guarantee Netflix is having this moment of, yikes. And ESPN, like, there's reports out there that ESPN wasn't truly happy with the way WWE and TKO were doing their things. There's reports of Netflix not happy with what's going on with WWE. There's Annie Iwani really upset. Like, that guy never really voices off like that, but he was really upset over the advertising, and I agree with that. And then you have these YouTubers that are sitting here and, like, saying everything's okay in Mayberry over here. It's like, what are we doing? What are we actually doing as a whole? So yeah, Raw tonight was one of those down shows. I'm not going to give it a review score, to be honest with you. There's no point. I don't need to give you guys a review score. It was just a down show tonight. This wasn't it, Chief. Hopefully SmackDown, maybe NXT, maybe this picks up, maybe it gets better for WWE at the middle of the week. But I do see Bayley being released. I do see a lot of talent being released. As AEW was saying throughout tonight and last night, come watch where the best wrestle. That's what they're basically saying. We're professional wrestlers could be professional wrestlers. And I think people are going to start tuning off on the wrestling side of things. And it's very apparent because I was tuning off. On the big screen, I had, like, NBA going on. And then on the other side, on my tablet, I had WWE. And I fell asleep. Like, we got to the fourth quarter of the Knick game, I fell asleep. It was just right after WWE, because WWE's putting me to sleep. It's the problem is they're putting me to sleep. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. It reminds me of Vince McMahon put me to sleep shows. I used to dread coming here to review because it was like, what do you want me to say when these shows are just bad? They're like car crashes in slow motion. Roman Reigns is not that great. Did we get a sign of Smooth back? Smooth back?
Yeah, right here, right here. Just was just had to check it to make sure that my dog was okay. Dog was
Oh,
okay
okay.
because I heard
I
him.
thought you fell asleep.
Oh,
So I took over the reins for a second there.
yeah, me. I kind of, I kind of just felt like, Roman, go to promo school. You see how they used to do the promos and showing everybody getting work with the promos, but back at the performance center.
Well, okay. So this is what I said before you walked back in, and this is what I said. I said, look, all these matches tonight, they're supposed to give you an insight of what the next 6 months is going to be. Kind of like what New
Yes,
Japan does with their new beginning show that they do after Wrestle Kingdom, and they didn't. They didn't progress anything.
No,
They
no.
made they made like you should be building your next opponent for the women's title. You should be building for your intercontinental title. You should be building for your world heavyweight. You should be building for your undisputed. You should be building for your tag team. You should be building like for
Of
instance, this
course.
show should have had your women's tag team titles people up and talking about Paige should have been up there going, "Hey, it's an honor to be back here after 6 years. I am a WWE girl. Here I'm back. Here
And
we
then
are.
yo, this is my house.
This is my house."
Then
You didn't get that. I was expecting it. Like you had 3 hours, and 3 hours they blew it. And then next week, get this one. Next week, here's what they have. Here's your segments for next week. We have Becky Lynch appearing, which she should have appeared here. Joe Henry does a concert on Monday Night Raw. Let's just drink that in. Joe Henry.
drink that in. Drink that in, folks.
And they're gonna follow up on the main event.
Mm.
And supposedly Ripley and Io Sky say goodbye. I guess they had an emotional goodbye backstage. Ripley did not want to leave, and she's going to SmackDown. And I guess Io Sky staying on Raw, and I guess all this different shit. It's like, bro, just bring them together.
Yes.
Put them on SmackDown. But this Raw, worst Raw right now for me. Worst Raw after WrestleMania in a minute. I expect this from Vince McMahon booking. I don't
Yes.
expect this from TKO. I don't.
Well, well, TKO, you gave us a fucked up wrong. I was
They
watching more of the NBA and NHL playoffs more so than Monday Night Raw.
they laid
And
a.
that's
I told you this at the very beginning. They laid an egg. This is what happened. They laid an egg. They got then, and I just think TKO thinks people are stupid. Like they've. I think they're really just going for the casual fan more than the hardcore fan. I think at this point you better just believe WWE is more about the casuals than they are the hardcore.
yeah, because the hardcore knows. Because at least with the hardcore, they will spot everything, sniff it out, and bring it up to you with criticism.
Right.
But nope, don't want that because we need to make sure we have people talking about our product being so good. Meanwhile, you're giving out bullshit content. You give it to you're giving to the fans bullshit content, please. Ugh,
well,
bro, man.
well, simple as this. Nobody could justify Raw to me, and I'm listening to other channel like this is the
No,
IWC YWC. This is the problem is with the IWC YWC. It's been 50-50. Like we were saying at the beginning of the show, like, there's things about I don't like the fact that you got these YouTubers sitting here saying how great WrestleMania weekend was. It wasn't that great. Wasn't that good. And I don't like, look, we could sit here and we can have these conversations, but I want to know what Jonathan Coachman was on. Bro Show was on. I want to know what JD was on. I want to know what all these other YouTubers were on because am I not seeing what I need to see? That's my whole thing. Am I not seeing what I need to see?
and
And
Dave
that's the
LaGreca too.
and Dave LaGreca, like that's absurd to me. And I'm gonna say this with each and every one of you, and this is me being real for real, right? Here's me being for real for real. I'm with Awani on a lot of things. For instance, you had way too many advertisements. The fans can't feel comfortable to go to an event without having to pay a shit ton of money to be there.
A ton of money.
And
Is it so expensive?
and then fans feel like their intelligence are being insulted for who they are. So,
Yes.
so
It's just it's just a shit product, just a shitty product all
well,
around at the
I'm
moment.
gonna be back. I'm probably gonna do a quick review probably tomorrow of Revenge. Probably I'll be watching it, or what I'll do is just wait for Wednesday and talk about it
Hmm.
then. I think
Yes.
Dynamite's gonna have the better show personally this week. I think I'm more hyped up for a Dynamite. I think I'll have more gas, and I won't feel as much frustrated to be like watching it. I feel Dynamite is the place to be right now for wrestling fans. I think I'm more excited. I'm more excited to hear what Darby Allin has to say. I'm more excited to see if a Swerve shows up or not. And what we're gonna get for Louis Armstrong, Stadium. What are we gonna get for that? You know what I mean? So
Yes,
I'm personally excited for AEW this week more than I'm actually excited for MLPW coming soon. I'm excited for that on TSN
yes.
than anything.
Oh
I'm
yes.
excited for that. I'm like WWE, you've screwed the pooch, bro. Like you underestimated some things. And your guy Roman Reigns coming out and shitting on everybody just doesn't make it even better. Makes it worse.
Look at it. And your club WWE is not all that good neither.
Their Club WWE, I don't even what are they giving you? What is Club WWE giving you? Do you know?
For me,
What's the perks
with that
of Club WWE?
it's
What are
supposed
you
to
getting with it?
it's supposed to give you like exclusive like discounts to live events and then content from the past, present, what they want to do with the future. And they're just copying off of the same thing that my AEW, you know, is doing at the moment. It's just that my AEW is charges less for their product, less for that a year than WWE, Club WWE. Because I don't get it. I mean, well, we do get it because we want to counter our competition against AEW. We want to do like little shows while AEW do their big show because we want those numbers too. Oh, and by the way, we need to have our Club WWE.
Let
Oh,
me
Club
let me give you
WWE.
this. Let me give this to you guys
Hello.
tonight. So you guys ready for this one? You got a picture from Leo Rush on the AEW page, and he's getting more traction than anything on Raw. Drink that one in for you. A guy
Yep.
that WWE didn't think he was anything. Now on AEW doing this Hannibal Lecter mixed in with scary movie. Or what was that movie from Marvin Waymes? That was a whole joke on scary movie.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah, these vibes that he's doing. It's like I'm loving it. Like, give me more Leo
Yeah.
Rush on my television. This is a guy
Oh
that
yeah.
I would put a TNT belt around. Like eventually, not let Kevin Knight have a time, but Leo Rush would be a guy that I would put a belt on him because he's making it entertaining, and
Of course.
he's having a resurgence too, which I like. He's having a
By the,
resurgence.
by the way, Ring of Honor last week was better than WrestleMania Part Night One.
I'll be honest with you, it doesn't take much. It really doesn't take much to be better than Night One. Let's just keep it real.
Of course, because listen, at least they gave you matches and a storyline. Headed into ROH Supercard of Honor next month in a few weeks.
So Pete Dunne. So supposedly Pete Dunne is set to return for an indie match. Supposedly.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if WWE. I don't know if he's even with WWE anymore. Is Pete Dunne like? Do we know if he's like he was the shit? I just don't know if he's with WWE anymore. I think
I
he was
don't know.
silently released. That's another guy that I'm like. That's another guy that I'm sitting back going. That's a guy that I would love to see in AEW if he wanted to tear it
Of
up. You know what I
course.
mean?
Hmm. They
That's
drop.
my
Listen,
personal opinion.
they keep dropping the ball. They keep dropping the ball with these guys. Him and Tyler Bate.
Well, Tyler Bate's inexcusable. Tyler Bate was the shit, but Tyler Bate got hurt. That was the unfortunate part,
Yeah.
and then it stifled. Um, like I guess, new catch. I guess the new catch. So he's in AAA. I
New Catch
guess
Republic.
New Catch
Oh, New
Republic
Catch
is their
Republic.
tag team, and I guess they're in AAA worldwide.
Oh.
I guess it says here on match on the March 31st edition of Raw, New Catch Republic made their tag team return on July 28, 2025. I guess on the 35th, and then I guess it was reported that Dunn had begun working as a producer for WWE's sister promotion, Lucha Underground Worldwide. On okay, so in here I'm just reading off what Wikipedia is saying or Weka, so I
Okay.
don't know where he's at this point. I guess if
Okay.
he's returning to the indie scene, it tells me that he is doing his own thing.
Yeah.
I guess
Let
Pete
me.
Dunne's
Let me.
returning.
I'm trying to see from Gemini. Oh, let me get it from Gemini. Is Pete Dunne still with WWE? And then they're going to give me the answer.
Yes, Pete is still very much a part of WWE as of April 2026, though you might not recognize him immediately depending on which show you're watching. He is currently performing on the Raw brand under the ring name Rayo Americano. He is part of a masked lucha-style faction called Los Americanos alongside Tyler Bate, who performs as Bravo Americano, and El Grande Americano. Here are the latest details on his status.
Oh, so he's
Multinational
with Ludwig
presence. In
Kaiser.
addition to his work
Okay.
on Raw, he serves as a
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
It does
I didn't
look like
realize
it
they
too.
were both. I didn't realize that he was both with both of them. Okay.
It
Okay.
does look like it too because I'm like, I look at the Tyler Bate, like I look at the mannerisms of Bravo Americano.
By the way, a
That's
good
like
move
Tyler.
tonight. The Street Profits came in and helped Seth Rollins tonight on Raw. So there you go.
Oh, the Street Profits came back. Okay.
Yeah, okay. The Street Profits are back. So AEW Collision on Thursday night. So I guess they're going to continue to roll AEW on Thursday nights. They said. So here's the viewership for AEW. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'll read this out to you. AEW went up 300,000 from 100,000 where they used to be. So viewership numbers are going up by the every show. So on 3 days ago, AEW Dynamite had 473,000 concurrent viewers and an 0.8 in the 0.8 in the 18 through 49 demographic, which is higher than they've ever had. They're up by 8.6%. So let me tell you guys, that should tell you something. That should really tell you something right now where everybody's at. If Collision, a show that nobody really watches AEW wise, is getting viewership,
AEW,
that should tell you something. That should tell you that. They should definitely tell you
of
that.
course.
Anything
It
else?
tells
Randy
you.
Orton talks about chemistry with less WWE house show matches. He talks about WWE should do more house shows and more live events. I agree with you.
I agree.
Kenny Omega reacts to a Jade Cargill match using his finisher, One Winged Angel. Oh, so I thought it was a Penta move. No, that is his move. Okay.
One wicked angel, yeah.
So he says when I see the moves I do elsewhere, I only take it as a compliment. However, I inspired people to use them. I can only be grateful. Besides seeing an OWA on a One Winged Angel on WrestleMania weekend, it was kind of neat, right? Is it all good with me? That's what he said. So that's what
Okay.
his tweet was all about. And if that was a One Winged Angel, can I be honest with you? That was a fucked up One Winged Angel. If she calls that the Sandstorm, don't quit your J job, fucking Jade, because that was terrible. Never do that again. Never do that again. Swear to you. Jacob Fatu, we already talked about that. CM Punk cut a everybody saying a weird promo. Um let's see here. Nikki Bella gives a timeline on when she's gonna be back. We read that the other day.
Yes.
Is there anything else we're missing in the wrestling news side today? Probably not. So Let's see, Wrestling News, Wrestling Inc. Let's see what we got. All Ego Page, yes. Suruka joined. Let's see here. Kudo Ibushi, previous injury recovery update following a second surgery. I feel sorry for Kudo Ibushi though. Like this man's
Yeah,
never gonna be the same, man. Like I feel sorry. Like he
you could
can't
thank
get out of his own way with injuries, man. That's just depressing.
you could thank Josh Alexander for that one
Why?
because when he pushed him off, and he hit that and he hit the boards, he hit the boards outside the ring with his leg. I almost said, "Oh damn!" But he'll probably be back in the ring at some point.
So here's the
Kota
other
Ibushi.
one when Weissman joined Wade Barrett and Michael Cole at the desk. People are questioning TKO's authority. Wrestlers are like, "This is not wrestling." Yikes! By the way, that was the thing that Awani was talking about
Mhm.
was little things like that, like people that don't need to be at your desk as a fan. They have no idea, like, you know what I mean? So,
Mhm. I don't even.
so Triple H
They don't need
comments
to
on
be.
Brock Lesnar's apparent retirement at WWE WrestleMania. Triple H does not believe Brock Lesnar's sudden retirement was the plan, and comment on his impact. So that wasn't a Triple H move then. That you just
That
confirmed
was
that
a
Triple
Triple
H.
H
Thank you
move.
for that.
That wasn't
Uh,
his move.
no, that was a
It was a
TKO
TKO
move.
move.
AEW is reporting to introduce a new pay-per-view in the summer of 2026. Good for you, AEW. Go ahead, you
Good for
should.
you.
Let's see. AEW, Mike Bailey thinks exclusive contracts are bad for pro wrestling. I agree. Pat
Yes.
McAfee wife says he's out of wrestling business after WWE 42. Good. Good rhythms. Goodbye.
Okay.
Let's see here. Roman Reigns after WrestleMania makes some room. You gotta see me all summer long now. Okay, Roman, fuck off. Aleister Black originally pitched for a significant WWE WrestleMania role was denied by TKO. Well, not surprising. Let's see here. Collisions viewerships went up. We already talked about that. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing.
That's a good thing.
Asuka says the Kabuki Warriors were on standby to fill for WWE's WrestleMania 42. Don't care. Kabuki Warriors need to split up. Dave Meltzer says WWE backed off a Pat McAfee storyline after negative fan reaction. Dave Meltzer, no shit, homie. Big
Oh
brain.
shit.
Big brain. Let's see here. Anything else on the note? No, nothing else on the docket so far. Mark Shapiro claims TKO has full creative control over WWE. That's probably a fact. Josh Burnett
That's what's up.
explains his decision to put Bloodsport on the Wani show. He talked at he said the end of Bloodsport after 17 events. He took at the helm from Matt Riddle in 2019. He said it wasn't trying to make a big deal out of it. The announcement, he didn't want to come off as likely to drum up attention. He felt like he made it the right choice for me. Bloodsport at the involved of where it's trying to get to, but it's not going to be traditional wrestling path. He explained, especially, but I don't think Bloodsport is. It's not really made for the indie wrestling in the way that a lot of indie wrestling is done. He said that he's trying to build Bloodsport with the concept that he could get to a point to where running a show frequently of a promotion like GCW, but they didn't have the talent to keep up with that. So they can't book just anyone on their shows. And he said, not to spire the moment of decision, Burnett spoke about the decision, which he said has been in the back of his head for some time, and he stemmed in his ideas with what Bloodsport's evolution should be. He said everything is built upon a concept was to be to try to get to the point to where I feel like I really could put something together. Basically said, from now I'm feeling the way I'm seeing things. It's like, all right, it's just going to be done for right now. Burnett said, or I mean, I don't know if it's over, but it's not like I'm doing hiatus. It's closed unless things could be done to get us where we need to go. So he wants, technically, from my understanding, from what I saw in the interview, and then what he said, he technically wants Bloodsport to be a bigger thing than just being on the indie scene. He wants it to have a cable show and the whole nine. Um,
Okay, and then I got here.
fake UFC fights. I don't know. I didn't really think that was gonna get over like that. Like
No,
that.
and then I got here from wrestling news. Kevin Nash called out WWE on the click this for the lack of food backstage at the Hall of Fame ceremony in Vegas. Quote, be there at 3 o'clock, leave at midnight. Absolutely. Not a stitch of food for the talent available. No protein. Some bag of chips, a couple of bananas, and a tangerine. And then he says, I asked the head of talent relations. I won't say his name. I asked him, is there food? He didn't come in and say hi to me until Stephanie McMahon was done. And then he says, finishes off by saying, in other words, we probably will never have to use him again because he will never do anything again.
Wow. Here's a report for you guys.
So,
So ahead of WrestleMania 42, it was reported Paige had signed a multi-year contract with WWE on Friday. But there was other plans for the Fatal 4-Way match, with 2 times Diva Champion involved. It was a late decision by TKO. During the interview over the weekend, Asuka revealed that the Kabuki Warriors were on
stand
standby
by yours.
to fill in for the Bellas if Nikki was unable to be cleared, and the Kabuki Warriors were planned as a Plan B option to win the tag team titles. And TKO decided at the last minute in the last hour to go sign Paige. This is coming from Wrestling. You can read the articles there if you want to. I'm just getting it from there. TKO made a decision to go sign in a knee-jerk reaction Paige to a multi-year deal. This wasn't Triple H. This was a call by TKO.
Yes. And then
Okay,
they
so
have,
here's this one. Spoilers: 2 WWE NXT stars are. Okay, we already went through this. What's the other one? Let me get through some other news stories real quick here.
so I got one right here with that says Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley teasing something looks like a potential match for WrestleMania 43. Liv Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley cross paths on Raw.
So, okay, so this is coming from Triple H, word for word. So this is what Triple H had to say on Brock Lesnar retiring. Brock is not a walk back through the curtain and have a long conversation guy. Brock Lesnar has walked back through the curtain, was very angry, and go to his bus. At the end of it, so there was no decision had after. I will say this, probably the most famous combat sport athlete of our generation. One of a kind. Nobody is like Brock Lesnar, but the one thing that nobody gave him credit for was intelligence of a fighter. There comes a point in time where somebody comes along bigger and better. Bullshit. And just
Bullshit.
pushes you to a place that you can't come back from. Bullshit. The smart ones know when that happens, they call it a day. I don't think it wasn't a planned thing. Triple H, go fuck yourself. That was a TKO move, brother. You didn't know that because Mark Shapiro's booking the show, homie.
Mhm. He
So
wasn't
Brock
gonna tell
Lesnar.
you.
So it says opinion. Brock Lesnar is not retiring just yet. Of course he's not. I don't think
No.
Brock Lesnar's retiring. I think he's gonna go somewhere else. Brock Lesnar's WWE power move won't play you won't see on camera. Brock Lesnar, once again, if this is a power move, I see him in AEW. I do.
Yes.
I think we see him in AEW. I don't think or UFC. I don't think this man's done. He literally picked they're making it out to be like he lost a step, and I'm sorry. I'm not a big Brock Lesnar fan like that. I know you are. My co-host is a huge Brock Lesnar fan, but to me, if you're a Brock Lesnar fan, you're scratching your head. You're left scratching your
Abs-
head because it makes no
I
sense.
was. I
Because three
was.
weeks, 3 weeks prior, this guy's cutting promos and beating the shit out of him, and then 3 weeks later he's retiring. That makes absolutely no sense. And then he's walking backstage angry. Something's up. Something.
I was a little bit perturbed myself. I said,
Yeah, I was a little dumbfounded with that. Like, I was like, okay, so you have him retire here, but you. It just makes no sense.
it doesn't. It doesn't. I can't even wrap my head around it. And I'm a Brock Lesnar guy. I was Brock Lesnar guy myself.
Well, I'm
So
I'm not a big fan of Brock Lesnar, but I just feel like Brock Lesnar like did not get the send off that we needed. This is not how I wanted to see Brock Lesnar, retiring. I didn't have that on my bingo card in 2026, personally.
no. And then
Go ahead.
if you saw tonight, you saw tonight after the match between Liv Morgan and Sol Ruka, Stephanie Vaquer comes out and she says that she wants her rematch. So we're definitely getting that either at Backlash or the other. It should be the other pay-per-view.
Yeah, my thing with Steffi Vaquer, you're gonna probably have her lose, and I think she should beat Liv Morgan cleanly and just get her belt back because Liv Morgan ain't doing it for me. So that's my personal opinion. And one other picture I keep floating around, and I keep seeing it, and we're never gonna. I'm sorry, Djokovic, or sorry, Joker. Why are we
Hmm.
putting this guy in with Shaquille O'Neal, Keem Olajuwon, David Robinson, and Patrick Ewing? Why are there pictures? Why is this man being put in this conversation?
That's one of the best centers.
Yeah, like I, I'm I'm not completely sold him being there yet.
No. So here's a funny thing from wrestling news. Some people really don't want ESPN covering WWE. And then they have a photo here by
Okay, so let me
Bourbon
read this
Smoke.
to you. So you guys ready for it? You ready for this? It's been all confirmed now. So this is from reports. So TKO confirms me and Smooth should high five each other. So you ready? Get ready. It's
Let's
not
go.
just a report now.
Uh-huh.
It's confirmed. All but confirmed. TKO confirms full control over WWE creative decisions during a Q&A on April 20th. TKO's president Mark Shapiro stated that his company, at being CEO, is under complete control of WWE creative, defending celebrity crossovers like Logan Paul and Pat McAfee as an essential for growth aimed fan backlash to WrestleMania. 42 comments he filled. He pointed out the success like Raw tripling viewership on Netflix and the new ESPN deal worth 1.6 billion starting in 2026 while omitting fragmented streaming across platforms causing some fans are chasing some fans away. Critics like Artie Emanuel, or sorry, Ariel Wani, sorry, called the event soulless with expensive ads and urging TKO to reclaim hardcore fans through support. Hail the stars for drawing the new crowds and record metrics.
Okay, good. So I
So this
got
is
here
pretty much
that
so speaking at a
oh,
university of Alabama, TKO president Mark Severe confirms that TKO has complete control over WWE's creative decisions. They make the final choice. That is
cheers. Cheers, my brother. Cheers,
Here's
my
another
brother.
one.
We got
TKO
it right.
GPO Mark Shapiro told University of Alabama class that TKO has full control over at WWE Creative. He defended the increasing celebrity improvements from Logan Paul, Pat McAfee, and Mark
Whatever.
Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Wait a minute. What? Mark Wahlberg as a growing
Mark
strategy
Wahlberg.
while admitting its alienated part of the hardcore fans. Part of the fan base. It seems like a trade-off they're willing to make. They continue to go forward. And there
Okay.
is,
So I have
by the
one.
way, guys, you can go out. Everybody's voicing their opinion. Like my buddy here, Fade Away Media, saying, first of all, we have full control. We're responsible, good or bad. WWE is growing every way. It's growing in a financial, it's growing in an audience. To watch WWE, I need Netflix, I need ESPN. That's just the way the world goes. TKO president Mark Shapiro. Yikes.
Yikes.
That's your
What?
COO of TKO.
Yeah, of course.
So, what were you
So
saying?
we go we go from that trashy news to good news for AEW from Wrestling News, and I'm gonna give the credit to the author of this article, Angel Arambalas. AEW, and the title goes AEW Double or Nothing 2026 in New York City. My town is already outpacing last year's show in ticket sales, and it
I did
reads
read
here.
about that. I did read about that
Hmm?
earlier. I did read
Yeah.
about that earlier.
Okay.
It's selling 3 times. It's selling 3 times more than any other event they've ever done in a minute.
Yeah. Because listen, the here's why. The product right now for pro wrestling, it sucks for WWE. It sucks for WWE, and it's that bounce that AEW is receiving, and they're doing very well with it, and they're capitalizing on it. So with this show,
So, by the way,
it's gonna
Anna J posted a little video on Instagram with Julia Hart. She said, "Stay tuned. You may see her back in AEW.
good for her.
You may see her back in AEW." Slash, she said, "You never know. You may see me in AEW. You may see me in WWE. Who knows with me? But right now, I'm just having fun." And then she had a
Good
picture,
for
and
her.
then she had a little thing with Julia Hart on the side. So that's cool. Anna Jay, wherever she wants to go, look, if I'm not going to shit on her if she goes to WWE, whatever she decides to do in her career, as long as she's happy with whatever she's doing, I'm happy for her. That's what any any wrestler out there, whatever, get the bag you need and go where you need to be. Just hopefully she gets treated right and booked right. That's all I care about.
Yes.
But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm just gonna tell you guys this on this. I know we're going off. We're talking about all the wrestling news on top of WWE because we dissect a lot of things. To me, this is an interesting era of WWE. This is gonna be very interesting. The next 6 months will be very telling of where people go. I think WWE just basically said we don't care about the hardcore fans. They basically just said people like me, Smooth, the people that watch here, they're basically going, this show's not for you. Where Tony Khan is kind of going, hey, we'll embrace you. Come on in, bud. Come in and eat our food. Come in and be about it.
Eh,
MLPW
Oh,
is like, oh, hey, come in and eat our food. Same with
of
CMLL. So
course.
it's like, that's what's
We have
happening. You're
plenty of.
watching it.
They're saying we have plenty of food in the back. Come and get some.
Basically, they're saying, like, just come on in. We got plenty. We got one for everything. You know what I mean? And I think what's happening, what you're finding out is WWE is basically just saying we're not for the hardcore fans anymore. We are for those casual fans.
Yes.
And I think it's a mistake. I think, it'll be a big, big, big mistake. Now, where I want AEW to do is next year for WrestleMania 43 to fill that void in, they need to make a big event. I think they should be the ones that say, hey, look, if WWE wants to go this way, that way, this way, that way, and fuck the indie scene over, how about we just create our own WrestleMania? Or, work with a bunch of companies. See, that's the thing that I think AEW is going to do. I think they're going to just, put up the middle finger. Because Tony Khan's been known for that, Tony Khan has been known to do those kind of things.
Of course.
But we'll see. We'll see. I'm really fascinated to see what Tony Khan's going to do the rest of this year. The ball's in AEW's court at this point. What they do going forward is going to be very, very interesting. Now, there is another report. So here's another report coming out. So there is So I guess there's new footage of a weird fan following and stalking Bayley and AJ Lee before CM Punk slaps the phone out of his hand and chokes him out. Yikes. If you guys didn't know this, some fan was following Bayley to the tarmac at whatever from the hotel over. Again, guys.
Again. We spoke about this last night.
Bayley's brushing the fan off, and she's just giving a simple hug to AJ Lee before AJ Lee takes the flight. And they're just chatting it up. Fans, why are we doing this? You're going to make it to the point to where... And now CM Punk literally bashed the phone out of your hand and choked you the fuck out. Don't do that. And then he told the dude to go away and get out of here. That's what he said, basically. So there's a time and a place for this stuff. Basically.
Shouldn't be doing that. Shouldn't be doing that, folks.
No, absolutely not. No. I saw it this morning. So I saw TMZ report about it, and then I thought, okay, all right, CM Punk doing CM Punk things, and then there's new footage out. So yeah, CM Punk pretty much just went, yeah, oh hell no. Not up in here. You're not doing it up in here. Fans, be fans, man. It's an interesting time to be a wrestling fan. I tell you, WWE's going the opposite way, and AEW's going one other direction. So it's very interesting.
And they're selling, and they're doing very well with their ticket sales for Double or Nothing. So,
well, fans are speaking. See, this is the thing. This is what I say about the gaming industry too. Don't alienate your fan base.
Don't do it. Don't treat fans stupid. Fan base.
Don't treat your fans stupid. That's what's happening in lifetime.
Don't do the nickel and diming. Don't do that.
Well, okay. It's one thing to nickel dime your fans, nickel dime the people that want to be there. That's one thing. But to turn around and alienate a group of people, especially the hardcore fans that have been there, are the ones like you and I that have been watching the show for decades.
Yes.
That's egregious. That's just, to me, that's egregious. Like, it doesn't, and then on top of it, you want to sweep night one under the rug of WrestleMania and then turn around and go, well, G. Willikers, WrestleMania night 2 was better. It's like, I just love these dirt sheets, and I just love some of the wrestling channels out there. They want to give WWE a pass. Can we stop giving them a pass? Owani finally did it. I got to give him credit today. He literally called WWE out on all of his bullshit of what we've been saying.
Good.
It's about time.
And like I said to Owani, good for you. Good for you. You're fine. You are seeing what's going on, and you have to call out the bullshit.
He's a wrestling fan. First and foremost, he's a wrestling fan. This guy watches the shows. He don't get paid for an opinion. And look, I'll call Vince Russo for it. I'll call Coachman for it. I'll call JD out for it. All these people. You can't sit here and go, well, AEW's is that. You got to go both ways with that. You cannot say this, that, and a third. And Vince Russo, bro, like, you want to work with AEW, but you keep saying this and you keep saying that. It's like you can't have one foot in the door and you can't have another foot in the other door.
No.
It's like, what I don't understand is, like, call it for what it is. They shafted the fans. They gave you a bland show. They gave you a bland night 1 and a bland night 2. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell you that. And don't church it up just because you made a bunch of money. Just because you made a bunch of money off of your fucking shows on YouTube does not mean shit to me. Just because you made a bunch of super chats or a bunch of money, you're automatically going to say it's a W for those 2 shows? What are we doing? That's the problem I have with the IWC,
Same here.
YWC.
Same
Be
here.
genuine. And it wasn't all the shows. Like, I watched a few wrestling products that are online, and it wasn't. I watched a few. There was not. It was not just JD. There was a few, but far in between. There was a lot of people calling out the shit too. I watched a lot of like Assemble Wrestling. There was a few. It said the show was bland. They did nothing to make you feel like WrestleMania is a spectacle. WrestleMania was always a spectacle. It was their Super Bowl for us wrestling fans. Now it's becoming a fuck all, whatever. They just put whatever out there, and that's what we get. And that's a shame. That's a shame. They should just change. I agree with Awani. They should just change the name of the show, stop calling it WrestleMania, and just call it something else. Seriously, that's what they should do. TKO should just change it, say WrestleMania is not the same anymore. We're killing it off. We're calling it something else. That's what they should do. The ultimate spit to the fans. That's what they should do. Personal opinion. All right, we're gonna get out of here. We'll be back Wednesday. That's what Wednesday, right?
Wednesday. That's right. Wednesday.
We'll probably be more chippier. We probably won't be as exhausted or miserable to do the show, and we won't be shitting all over. We'll probably be more positive. So
because
here's
at least
go ahead.
Because at least with AEW Dynamite, it's gonna be an interesting, exciting show. So,
By the way,
hey,
I'm not going to give this man grief about his Knicks dropping the ball yesterday.
don't talk about it, please.
No.
And because the Nuggets
In
did the same
a
thing
nutshell,
as well.
it's not okay. In a nutshell, it's your coach's fault. It's Mike Brown's fault. He takes the accountability on that one. Where was he in the fourth quarter pulling Jalen? That's when you pump Jalen Brunson up. That's when you as a coach, you pull him off to the side going, you got to be my man. You got to be the guy who takes over the fourth. He's your Kobe Bryant guy. I like Jalen Brunson.
Me too.
Love him to pieces. By the way, guys, Brunson. I'm not a Knicks fan, but I am a fan of Jalen Brunson.
Big body Brunson.
He needs to show up, and Towns has to show up. He can't keep fouling, doing those weak fouls. That's what I noticed too. Like he gave up.
He's got to be like game one, Cat.
Shout out to the Giants for doing the right thing. They got rid of a lot of players recently, and shout out to them for doing the right thing. That whole drama fest, they finally can close that chapter and move forward.
Thank you. As a team.
Yes. Thank God. I was like, when I saw the reports on Yahoo Sports, I was like, thank God. I'm so happy for your team. I'm like, they got rid of all the drama. Got rid of your quarterback too. Your corner, he needed to go.
Yeah. Yeah,
they got some draft picks out of it. They got some things out of it.
Like for Dexter Lawrence, we got the 10th. We got a top 10 pick in Thursday night's draft. I was like, whoa, they gave us that.
Good for your team, and I'll tell you why. He could go sign it. He wanted money, and so you guys took his contract and you flipped it and you got something out of it, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing. You needed you need to rebuild your team. Now you go get defense. Go get some defense. You need defense and you need a little bit of an offensive line. You'll be fine. I think you'll draft that. I think you'll get some players. People I'm going to say this to these YouTubers, oh, it's over and the team is walking out on Harbaugh and I'm like, bro, he's just cooking. He's just starting. Like, guys,
he's just starting.
He's cooking. Like, you got to let him cook. This guy's a mastertician. I keep saying this, when Lamar Jackson was a thing, like, look, they didn't get to a Super Bowl, but he had so many different winning seasons. Give the man a chance.
Yes, he did.
Give the man a chance because he is going to take Jackson Dart to the promised lands. Trust me, Giants fans, give it 2 years. You guys are going to be there. You're going to get to a playoff game. This year, I do believe you're going to get there. You have the talent there. Your players are coming off injury. You had a lot of injuries. You'll get there. Trust
Yes,
me
it
when I say
is.
this.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get there. I have faith. I told my uncle the same thing. I have faith in your team. You're going to do it. You're going to get there. You'll probably be a wild card and out, but at least you'll get a touch of the playoffs for once and not be shitty.
Yes.
Trust me when I say this. Jim Harbaugh is literally taking, is it Jim? Is it Jim?
John Harbaugh.
John. John's taking you to the promised land. He's already putting people in place. He's got the stats lady that's already overrolling the GM. She's pretty much the GM. And
Of
pretty much
course.
the ownership basically said you could be GM without being GM. The
That's
GM's
what he told him.
pretty basically. Now I'm gonna say my team, Herbert's got to show up this year. Herbert's got to show up this year. There's no excuse. He's playing for a contract, and if he doesn't show up, then I honestly believe the Chargers should go sign a different quarterback at this point. Go get somebody in the draft.
Well, your offensive line has to be healthy.
That too.
Because the offensive line for your Chargers was not healthy at all, and it showed up and it showed its rear end in the playoff game in New England.
Well, here I'll be honest with you with that. I'll be honest because I will always be wrong. I'm not like a fanboy like that for teams. Same with the Rams. I love the Rams too. So I like both LA teams, but I go more Chargers. Herbert saw ghost. Let's just keep it real. He got hit once, and that was the end of that game. He was never the same after getting hit once. He saw ghost, and that's the way it went. And the problem with Herbert is when he's under distress and everything, it's over. It's the same with Patrick Mahomes. You saw Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl get exposed a couple years ago with the Eagles.
Really,
he got exposed. Now I'm going to say this tomorrow. I think the Lakers will win tomorrow, but it will be a really close game. I really believe that.
Ooh.
It's gonna be really close, or the Lakers lose by 3.
But then I feel but then they're keeping kind of things on the hush hush at the moment with Kevin Durant and making it like a game time decision.
My thing with Kevin Durant has always been this way with me with Kevin. It's the same when he was with Golden State. What version of Kevin Durant are you gonna get? That's the question, because Kevin Durant can be like literally like LeBron. 1 minute on fire and the next minute a shell of himself. That's the question. And the Lakers are playing pretty. You gotta give JJ Redick credit. My Lakers have really good. They've turned around their defense, and the reason originally they didn't play defense. Last year they did not play defense at all, and they're playing defense now. And LeBron's playing a role player role. I never thought I would say this in my lifetime, but he's playing like a third man role player. Like he's facilitating. That's what he should do at his old age.
Yes, he is.
Now imagine you had the other two there that, and by the way, now I'm going to start saying it. Luka Doncic, is he injury prone player now? We going to go there? Am I going to start saying that? Him and AR? Injury prone status levels?
Maybe Nico Harrison had something.
You know what? You never know. And another thing is Anthony Davis. I saw reports on this. Anthony Davis is calling now he wants to call shots in the Wizards. He wants to get players. Like Anthony Davis, stay healthy. Stay healthy for more than like 3 months. Get healthy.
Yes.
Then you can call your own shots. I really do think that he should have just been traded and then traded back to the Lakers. But hey, what do I know?
Yeah.
I don't think Anthony Davis is all that in a bag of chips. I don't think he's all that. I never thought he was all that in a bag of chips. I thought he was more of a player that got hurt. Tony Schiavone. They're making, like AEW. Every time WWE does an event, they're literally saying, "Hey, blah blah blah, come watch our shit."
Okay.
But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Smooth. This sounds tired, so I'm gonna get out of here. I want to say thank you to everybody that's come by, that I'll be watching the replay. We didn't have very many people here because it obviously shows when it obviously shows. So Wednesday we'll be back.
Hopefully
I
a
will
little
tell
bit.
you, I'm going to be streaming
Hopefully a
after
little bit
this, so
today.
you guys are going to get a live stream from me here on YouTube after the fact. So you'll get gaming on here. So
Yes.
stay tuned for that. So we'll be gaming all day on Tuesday. Wednesday we'll be Dynamite. We'll be gaming all day, and then there'll be Dynamite, and then we'll be gaming some more after the fact.
Of course.
Thursday, if there is collision, we probably will do like a quick review or something of the
Yeah.
range.
Quick review. Hmm.
And then the rest of the week is pretty much gonna be time off technically because there's nothing on the weekends anymore. I mean, really, there's no
Yeah.
playoff.
Well.
There's no pay-per-views for a minute for the next 3-4
Yeah.
weeks. Oh wait,
Yeah.
yeah, three
Well,
4 weeks.
you
So it
get a
gives
super
us a
card of
break.
honor
What is it? Super Card of Honor. When does that happen?
May 15th.
May 15th. Oh, that's a month away from now. Okay. So everything's happening in a month away from now, so that's good. So we get a reprieve.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was kind of
Yeah.
I was kind of
What is?
getting exhausted from all this like between WrestleMania and all the events. I was kind of exhausted.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. It did. It just made. It
and
just
our
made it.
long our so I guess people are posting this lives rent free. We need a new AEW game big time. You're not gonna get a new
Mhm.
people that are like requesting that all over X right now. You're not gonna get that for a while. Tony
You're
Khan
not gonna get
doesn't.
that
Tony
full.
Khan lost money on that. Like he lost big money on that. You'll
Yeah.
probably
He did.
get those. You'll probably get those phone games for a while from them, and then because I know the last time I was reading on because I have a whole playlist on this very channel from my old channel. I had a whole playlist on Fight Forever. The last
Yeah. I
time that
remember.
the last time I believe it was Kenny that talked about it that they were looking at new publishers and they were looking at possibly last time I checked they were looking into possibly the same people that do Street Fighter to make their next game
Yes.
and looking at their development team. And then the last time I also checked it, he was talking about possibly working with the same group but not with
Yeah.
Ukes, and then going to a arcade style of game. From my understanding, that's from my understanding. So
Um, yeah. Yeah. Because I did see this. I did see the same thing as well.
yeah,
I did check that out.
they were talking about AEW will have a video game. I think in the next 2 or 3 years there will be. I think there will be
Yeah.
a game sooner than later. I just think they've kept it quiet for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah. But just give them a chance. That's all. Just give them a chance, and they'll get to that point, and they'll get back to that point.
So, anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I want to say thank you to everybody. We will see you on Wednesday. As always, make sure to rate, like, and subscribe. If you're on my other platforms, make sure to be following, liking, and all that stuff. And if you are wanting to check out Smooth, it's at
Yes.
Smooth Pana on X. On do you have an Instagram?
Yes, I do.
Instagram, also on Rumble,
Tik
also on YouTube, also on Twitch, Kick. Eventually,
and
there'll be
TikTok.
links and TikTok. You'll have links and whatnot coming up soon for that,
Yes.
and whatnot. And